am now live. Okay, let's start this off. Tonight I am talking about loving yourself and the benefits of growing yourself to not limiting yourself by what you're comfortable with. Number one is don't be so comfortable living somewhere for a long time. If you know that you haven't been out of one place and you know that you want to travel more, travel more. If you don't have the money to do so, start saving the money. Stop using money for petty shit. Petty things that ain't gonna benefit you. You can't want to do something, then wonder why you're not doing it. Sometimes you just gotta push yourself. You gotta take that step out in faith, as I say. Sometimes you gotta have a certain amount of people around you that'll push you, that'll expand your horizons of thinking, expand your horizons of capacity. Sometimes we need those deep conversations to truly appreciate our lives. Sometimes we need those people to motivate us to do more for our lives. Sometimes we need those situations that'll help us bounce from one place to another to truly know that we deserve more in our lives. Sometimes we need to have certain experiences in life to truly know that those choices, those decisions that we made impacted us to be where we need to be. Sometimes you can't focus too much on what people are doing, who people are watching, how many people you get for views. You can't always count on how many people. You gotta count yourself. You gotta always follow what your heart says. Sometimes we limit our thinking. Sometimes we limit ourselves. Sometimes we wonder why we're not growing in the areas that we should be. Sometimes we don't even challenge ourselves enough. I'm gonna be real. Sometimes I go back to things, I go back to choices that hold me back from my true potential. Sometimes I don't even know why I go live sometimes. Sometimes it's essential, and sometimes it's just oh, I'm bored. Let me just talk randomness. Let me just talk how I feel. Let me just talk in the moment. Sometimes we gotta search for those deeper meanings in our lives. Sometimes we gotta be real with ourselves. We gotta stop putting money aside, start dreaming for our future. Sometimes the church is the best place to start. I'm not just saying that because I'm religious, I believe in Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's good and all. But we really need to find the support system. Sometimes they ain't enough. Sometimes we say sometimes too much, and I feel like I'm using sometimes over-exaggerately, but that's okay. That's just me. I'm just being me. I'm just living in the moment. Number 2, if we don't dream, then we'll never go places in life. It all starts with you at the beginning of the day. It all starts with you at the end of the day. If you don't start with you and what makes you happy, you can't help others be happy. If you can't start with building relationships that'll benefit you, not just the person you're in the relationship with, you'll never find true joy. My joy comes from the Lord, yeah, but my joy also comes from accomplishing things. I want to feel at the end of each day that I've made it, that I feel good about myself. I don't want to be stuck up. I don't want to be rude. Sometimes those feelings come up. That's okay. You gotta let yourself feel those emotions. You gotta let yourself feel every type of way to truly enjoy life. You can't be stuck up all the time saying, oh, I don't feel good. I'm just not feeling it today. Sometimes you gotta search for happiness. Happiness doesn't always come up to you when you first wake up. Sometimes, if I'm gonna be real, you wake up and whether it be from a bad dream or a dream about somebody you miss, it always doesn't put you in a good mood. You're like, oh, I want to be happy, but I can't shake this feeling. You can't shake the feeling because you're not allowing yourself. You're not allowing yourself to feel those feelings. You're not allowing yourself to dig deeper of why you're feeling the way you do. We all develop habits, whether they be for the good, whether it be for the bad. We all need to search. We all need to have people around us. We all need to have relationships that fail in order to find relationships that will last. We all need to go through traumatic experiences to find the beauty. I'm not saying that it's normal for life to be full of trauma or chaos. It's not. But sometimes our life begins that way. Our life begins with ups and downs, more downs than ups, until we find one day that life is beautiful. Life is just that. Life is more than just making money, bread, eating, showering. Life is more about finding who you are. You can't be around people expecting them to know you for the real you when you don't even know you for the real you. That's real. I feel like I'm in a deep place right now, and that's okay. I'm not even paying attention to how many viewers I get. That don't matter. As long as my message gets out to somebody, then I'm Gucci. I'm real. I'm gonna continue being real and continue being vulnerable in those places that I need to be vulnerable. Sometimes it's okay not to open up about your whole life to somebody you just met. Because what's that gonna do? That's gonna make them not want to even get to know you. Gonna be like, oh, I feel overwhelmed. Can you stop with all this information? I don't need to know all this about you. Especially since it's a first time meeting. Like, no. You gotta take relationships slowly. You gotta create that bond. You gotta create that joy. You gotta create that spark that will ever last. Number 3. Time. Somebody once said, time is of the essence, and you don't have a lot of it. I say, time is not of the essence. Time is of the presence. If you're present in this current moment, just contemplating life, you're in a good place. You're on a good start. You're on the right road to finding what life means. One step at a time is truly the way to take it. If you can't take it one step at a time, you'll always be stressed. You'll always be anxious. You'll always be searching for the next thrill in life that will make you feel like everything's amazing, even if it ain't. If you chase after the wrong things, it can destroy you. Not just internally, but mentally, physically, spiritually, and verbally. If we don't seek after good relationships, then we'll get used to being in those bad relationships that always end the same. Always end up with hurt, always end up with pain, always end up feeling like we scarred ourselves even more. It's time for us to find ourselves as people. It's time for us to Get in the now and experience the now. If we can't see life for what it truly is, then we're not experiencing life at all. Sometimes it just takes you, starting with you. Sometimes we need to associate with people who make us feel loved, and sometimes we need that alone time. But what you do with that alone time makes all the difference. If you have too much alone time and you waste it on things that will make you question, why did I just spend 4 hours, for example, playing video games? It's okay to play video games, but when you spend 4 hours playing a video game, boy, you need help. Because you're just wasting your time. You're just wasting your time playing those video games. You're just wasting your life. It's good to have limits in life. It's good to have time management. It's good just to know what your limit is of how much you can do. Self-control is all about just having discipline. Self-control is another word for discipline. It's just better paraphrasing it. Like, I feel happy with my life. Now I feel happy with my life. That wasn't always the case. Like, I always used to go from one then to another trying to search for happiness, and I never found it until I came to Jesus. Like, I'm not gonna try to throw my religion down y'all throats. I just said y'all. Like a country boy, y'all. Y'all better hear. But anyways, it all starts with you. If we get distracted by our thoughts when we're trying to make a point, then it's just useless, because we distracted ourselves from getting the main point across to people who really need to hear it. And I guess that's why one of the organizations that I go to closed down. I used to work. I'm not trying to bash them. I'm not trying to say they didn't do enough, because they did a whole lot in the time that they were open. But I used to work at a silkscreen shop at a place where they helped young adults at risk of homelessness or incarceration find jobs and make a better way for their lives. But I feel like they could have done more to expand their horizons. They could have partnered with all these other organizations to grow their brands in the Lynn location, at least. Straight Ahead Ministries is good. It's still a good organization. It's still a good place to help people change their lives. I'm not saying anything bad. I'm just saying, like, if you don't, like, think outside the box, then you'll never expand your horizons. You never experience the most of life if you're always looking for the least of life. Sometimes it takes one quiet moment or even like 10 minutes of quietness to truly contemplate life. You always gotta search for what you want. If you don't like your job, keep that job. Don't quit until you find a better job. Keep searching for better for your life. It's not always about what you need in your life. It's about what you want for your life. If you never chase your dreams, are you even living? If you never find happiness, are you actually happy? If you never experience love in the right context, are you actually loving yourself? Sometimes it takes a while for things to grow, but it all starts with one decision at a time. It's either making a decision that you know is gonna hurt, but it's gonna reap a lot of benefits for you. Whether it be saying goodbye to a relationship that you knew for years, but you know that it's toxic. Whether it's losing somebody you love, it's gonna hurt for a while. It's always gonna hurt, but eventually you won't forget that person. You'll always remember them, but you can't always expect people to see things the way you do. Not everybody has the same perspective on life. What works for one person may not work for another, and that's okay. What coping mechanisms you have might not work for the next person that's right next to you. Like I said, it all starts with you, time management, knowing your worth. I know a lot of people do videos on knowing your worth and all these different topics, but I just want to be doing videos that encourage people. Whether you be in a bad place right now, whether you're hurting, struggling, the economy's not treating you right, you just lost your job, you're losing your housing, you lost a kid, whatever the case may be, you always gotta look at the better side of things. Sometimes it's hard to do. I'm known for being positive and helping other people look at the better things in life and trying to help them look at the brighter side of life. But sometimes I can't help myself do that. I'm too caught up in worldly things. I'm too caught up in, worrying myself about, I'm not gonna have a job. Am I gonna find another job? What am I gonna do? Can't sleep. Losing my appetite, or I'm eating too much. All these insecurities just build up in our minds. And sometimes those insecurities don't even come from other people. They just come from ourselves. And oftentimes we body shame ourselves when we should be loving ourselves. If you don't love yourself, then you can't love others. Don't body shame yourself. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to be in a loving relationship. If people can't appreciate you for you, excuse my language, but fuck them. You don't need those people in your life. If they want to use you for your money, your time, your food, whatever you have, your car, your jewelry, your video games, your home, tell them goodbye. Either you tell them, you gotta appreciate me for who I am, not what I have, or you'll lose me. It's simple as that. You can't always have people appreciate you or make people appreciate you. If they don't appreciate you, don't get it wrong. Don't be hurt by that. They don't truly appreciate themselves if they can't appreciate you. If they don't love you, then they truly don't love themselves. It all starts with the person in the mirror. It all starts with loving yourself and taking care of yourself and finding time to do things that you love doing. If you don't do that often, then I encourage you to do so. If you don't know what you love, start discovering what you love. Start discovering the you that you don't know about. We constantly change into a newer, better version of ourselves. And sometimes you have to search yourself to find yourself. Sometimes when we don't know ourselves, it's because we don't take the time to know ourselves. That's real. Like, I have nothing else to say but that. Time management, loving yourself, finding time to love yourself, knowing your worth, knowing what your dreams are. Those are the main things that you need to search for. Don't settle for anything less. Don't settle for anything less than what you deserve. If you know that you deserve more, keep reaching for more. If you know you deserve more pay, keep looking for a better job that has better pay. Sometimes we think that a job appreciates us until we make one mistake. Then it changes the whole viewpoint of the people we once thought valued us. I learned that the hard way. I learned that you can't always please people. Sometimes the same people who say they value you can value you to a certain point. They can value you to a certain limit before it's enough. Sometimes we just keep searching. Sometimes we have to keep searching. And with that being said, everybody stay safe. Be brave. Keep searching. Keep scheduling time for yourself. Make a schedule for yourself to find things that you love to do. Alright, everybody, have a nice night. Hope everybody sees this. Hope more people see this. Because I really feel like it's a message that everybody can relate to. Whether you're happy with your life or you don't think you need more time for improvement in your life, always look for more time to improve in your life. Peace.